And here we go, y'all. This baby was not going to sleep. Shit.
And he just became a father. So I got 2 grandchildren now.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, I got 2 granddaughters. I got a grandson on the way.
Wow.
King's about to have a son.
King, I know you tired. You ain't getting no sleep. And the truth be told, before this little, I ain't been getting no sleep. You know what I'm saying? I just been outside working. Lifestyle. You know, lifestyle just lifing.
Y'all, the drama in the Harris household just hit a new level of messy. King Harris, the son of rapper T.I. and reality TV star Tiny, is making headlines again. This time for a shocking personal bombshell that has the internet buzzing. Sources close to T.I. have spilled some hot tea, claiming that the rapper was already suspicious about King's alleged baby. Rumor has it, an under-the-table DNA test was conducted behind King's back. And let me tell you, when those results came in, the drama went from zero to full-on explosion. Because, yep, King isn't the daddy. Now, here's where things get wild. King, who's already known for his fiery temper and outspoken attitude, completely lost it when the truth came out. And honestly, can you blame him? The stakes couldn't be higher. King's public image has already been shaky, and this new revelation has fans and critics alike watching his every move. Meanwhile, T.I., who has never been shy about giving tough love, might just be saying, "I told you so," as the fallout unfolds. So what's next for King? Will this drama push him to clean up his act, or will he spiral further into chaos? Keep up, because this story is just heating up. You might remember that it was T.I. himself who broke the news to the world that King Harris was about to become a father. But in hindsight, it all feels a little off. Like maybe there's more to the story than meets the eye. Think about it. This is the same T.I. who usually oozes charisma and charm, especially when talking about his family. Yet when he made the announcement, his tone was surprisingly flat, almost like he wasn't all that excited about the news.
And he just became a father. So I got 2 grandchildren now.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, I got 2 granddaughters. I got a grandson on the way.
Wow.
King's about to have a son.
King's about to have a son. Congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm going to make this the greatest gangster of all times.
Now here's where it gets interesting. Right before T.I. dropped this bombshell, King and his dad had one of their infamous public blowouts. And we're not talking about some minor disagreement.
Have you ever woke up with a roach on your face?
Here. No, that's not the goal.
All right, then. So there it goes.
Or in your ear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I had some in the neighborhood with me that broke up with roach.
The tension between the two had been simmering for a while, with King's rebellious streak and T.I.'s no-nonsense parenting style clashing on more than one occasion. So when T.I. shared the news on Hot 107.9, was it just a proud grandpa moment? Or was he using the announcement to smooth over the drama that had been brewing between them? It's hard to say for sure, but one thing's clear. The vibe was not a celebratory one you'd expect for such a major family milestone. And let's not forget the way T.I. joked that his unborn grandson would give King the same kind of trouble King gave him. Sure, it was playful, but some fans couldn't help but notice the edge in his voice, like he was still low-key frustrated with his son. Whatever the case, this news didn't exactly come wrapped in a warm, fuzzy family bow. King Harris has officially stepped into fatherhood, welcoming his first child, a baby boy, on November 5th. The 20-year-old proudly shared the news on Instagram, posting, "November 5th, 8:09 a.m. Welcome, King Jr. Time to take over," alongside a heartfelt rap dedicated to his son. He even dropped some lines like, "Now I got a son. Gotta cool down on that hot ish. And you a junior, so you know you your daddy's son." Fans flooded his page with congratulations. And King's excitement was hard to miss. His partner Nana also glowed in the spotlight after their extravagant baby shower last month. A royal blue and gold-themed event fit for, well, royalty. The whole Harris clan seemed to be all in, with Tiny, King's mom, sharing sweet photos of the shower and gushing, "My baby King is having a baby. I'm too geeked out about my grandson's coming." But here's where things get a little strange. Amid all the buzz and warm wishes from family and friends, one very important figure was noticeably silent, T.I. himself. Not a post, not a comment, not even a cryptic subtweet from the self-proclaimed King of the South. For someone who's always front and center with family milestones, his absence from this celebration definitely raised eyebrows. Was it just bad timing, or is there something deeper brewing under the surface? Considering T.I.'s less than enthusiastic tone when he first announced King's impending fatherhood, fans can't help but wonder if there's more to the story. Either way, his silence has everyone talking, and for good reasons. You see, word on the street is that T.I. might have taken matters into his own hands regarding the swirling rumors about King Harris's new baby boy, King Jr. Sources claim that T.I. secretly conducted a DNA test which allegedly confirmed that King Jr. isn't his biological grandson. The whispers have set social media ablaze, with some fans urging King himself to publicly address the claims and settle the drama once and for all. Anyway, as soon as the rumor hit the internet, King's sister, Zanique Pullins, was quick to clap back. When a user on X posted, "Word on the street is that hashtag T.I. and hashtag tiny son King Harris is not the father of King Harris Jr." Zanique shot back with a dismissive, "LOL, what street this word come off of? Chili?" Tiny Harris, on the other hand, came out swinging, sharing a holiday family photo while addressing the rumors indirectly. "Don't believe all the lies you read. People just use them for clickbait," she wrote, even hinting at potential legal action for those spreading false narratives. Sometimes people gotta learn the hard way, though I don't mind teaching the lesson. But amid the chaos and family defenses, one voice was noticeably absent, T.I. himself. While everyone else seemed ready to jump into the fray, the head of the Harris household has stayed eerily silent, leaving fans wondering if his quiet demeanor is a reflection of his true thoughts or if he's simply letting the storm pass. King Harris has always had a knack for stirring up trouble, and it's no secret that his rebellious streak has been a thorn in T.I.'s side for years. While T.I. has tried to steer his son in the right direction, it's starting to look like King has forced his father's hand more times than anyone would care to admit. Whether it's adopting a fake struggle life persona or dragging the family name into messy public fights, King's actions make one thing crystal clear. He's the carbon copy of his father, just without the discipline to back it up.
You capping.
You're upset.
You capping. I know you. You capping. I know you. Shut up.
T.I. himself even admitted as much during an interview on the Willie D Live Show podcast, where he said King's entire personality was something he assumed for himself. T.I. pointed out, King is really the personality that he has assumed for himself. And all in all, it's really just a personality, because he's not out there selling no dope and committing crimes and nothing like that. Well, let's be honest, King has walked dangerously close to the line on more than one occasion. Take last fall's fiasco during an Atlanta Falcons NFL game, for example. King's frustration over being labeled privileged hit a boiling point, and what started as a heated argument escalated into a full-blown family scuffle right in front of the crowd. And yes, the footage captured the whole thing.
You can talk to me. Until then, ain't nothing going. Ain't nobody getting nothing going. Nothing. Call who you need to call, do what you need to do.
T.I. appearing to put his son in what he later called a bear hug, though most of us would call it a headlock. Gentle embrace? Yeah, sure. Tiny Harris has tried to bring some perspective, reminding King that he did grow up with a silver spoon, something King vehemently denied. According to him, he spent most of his time at his grandmother's house, rejecting the luxury his parents provided. King once even said, "I don't want to be in these gates. I want to be in the neighborhood. That's why I want to be over there." But no one was buying it, especially not after King popped up the next day with a busted eye, posting, "Still got my chain. P.S. You should see them." King didn't stop there. He took to his Instagram stories to accuse his father of faking an image for the internet, saying, "Stop making the world think you FW me when you don't, and be faking an image for the internet, and it ain't me." It was yet another moment that proved T.I.'s struggles with his son weren't just for show. They were real, raw, and playing out for the entire world to see. And let's not forget T.I.'s playful attempt to teach King a little humility when he mocked King's new teeth. Sure, it came off as a joke, but King clearly didn't see it that way, and neither did his siblings. Even 7-year-old Eris had to jump in and defend her brother, telling T.I., "Don't talk about my brother like that." When a child has to check you, maybe you're doing something wrong. Or maybe King's troubles have become too big to ignore. Tiny, as always, came to King's defense, trying to set the record straight, posting a clip of King's new smile. She wrote, had to post slide 2 for the hashtag Big Teeth Patrol to show his smile been ASF before. They're just white now. Either way, he loves them, and that's all that matters. Regardless to what he does, everyone always seems to have their personal perspective of him, which is fine. But y'all don't really know him, FR. Truth is real, FWH, and the ladies love him. But here's the thing. What we do know is that King has been testing the waters for years, and while T.I. may have tried to teach him a lesson the right way, King seems determined to learn them the hard way. King Harris's track record of run-ins with the law continues to grow, and at this point it seems like T.I. has almost gotten used to his son's antics. The most recent incident? King had a literal run-in with the law, almost crashing into a police cruiser while pulling out of a gas station in Dunwoody, Georgia on October 14th. If that wasn't enough, the situation escalated quickly when the officer discovered marijuana and a firearm on King, leading to his arrest. The arresting officer reported that King's reckless driving prompted the stop, and upon approaching the vehicle, the smell of weed hit him immediately. Not only that, but the officer spotted a firearm on King's hip, which led to a cautious pat-down and his eventual handcuffing. Adding fuel to the fire, King was already wanted on a warrant out of Pickens County for failing to show up in court. Let's just say this wasn't exactly a shock to anyone paying attention to his behavior lately. King wasn't alone in the car either. 2 other passengers were riding with him. While one of them was cited for marijuana possession, King was the only one hauled off to DeKalb County Jail, where his mugshot featuring his tired expression and signature Playboy bunny tattoo didn't exactly paint him in a glowing light. And listen, when King finally went online to talk about this incident, he literally proved T.I. right about the wannabe hood thing. Everybody's that saying in trying to be gangster, and I ain't asked for the police to pull me over. Y'all BA guy. Another thing, when it was said that gangsters have to do this with police, y'all stop this ish. Gangster or not, black or white or not. It don't matter. The police pull your A over, you're pulled over. You ain't gotta be gangsta. Later that night, he also suggested that he was bothered about lame blogs sharing the news of his arrest without providing promo for his latest project. All y'all lame A blogs, how about y'all post that music video I just dropped? Y'all want to post an N going to jail, an S. How about you post that new video? This isn't King's first brush with trouble, though. He's been building quite the rap sheet over the years. Back in September of last year, King was arrested for unknown charges, though one violation was reportedly as minor as not wearing a seatbelt. But don't let that fool you. He's also made headlines for allegedly A-ing a Waffle House employee. It seems King has been on a downward spiral, racking up incidents that scream rebellion and recklessness. And T.I.? Well, he's seen enough of this behavior to know where it's headed. During a candid interview on the Club Shay Shay podcast, T.I. didn't sugarcoat things when discussing his son's troubles. I have excellent communication with all my kids, T.I. explained to host Shannon Sharp. I try to listen as much as I speak to them. But actions speak louder than words, and King's recent arrest makes it clear he hasn't been listening. T.I. even addressed the situation directly on Instagram, making it crystal clear he doesn't condone King's behavior. I know my son, he said. Think I ain't spoke to my son? Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmama? His A is going to prison if he keeps that ish up. His A is going to prison. It's clear that T.I., despite his efforts, is growing tired of playing cleanup for King's messes. As much as he wants his son to learn the right lessons, King seems determined to learn them the hard way. From reckless driving to flaunting firearms and D's, King Harris is doing a fine job of living up to the troublemaker label. And it's not a good look. If he doesn't course correct soon, T.I. might just be proven right. Prison could be the next stop for King Harris. Speaking of T.I., in an interview with Breakfast Club, T.I. previously admitted that King had a few characteristics in common with his former problematic self. In addition to that, he claimed that he wouldn't wish his tough upbringing on King or his siblings. They would all benefit from life lessons learned through struggle. I do see some of the tenacity in King that I had. You know what I'm saying? Some of the gotta make it no matter what type-ish. Like, he really pushing like he came out the welfare line. I do want that for him. I don't want to be there to see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it'll break my heart to see it, you know. But yeah, I would if I could fall asleep for like 2-3 years. And then woke up. They was like, man, we glad you up, man. We was struggling like an MF. We ain't ate. You know, I think that would offer them some principles that would benefit them. That kind of ish. You can't teach that. That kind of tenacity. That kind of die hard, you know? Just resiliency. Can't teach that ish. T.I. even hinted that King might need a serious time out to reflect on his behavior, adding that he has spoken to his son in the past about the very real consequences of his actions. He said, "The media doesn't talk enough about the good part. All they do is focus on the bad because that gets the most clicks. I try to make him aware of that. When we're young, we speak on things on how we think they should be rather than acknowledging them for how they really are. As much criticism I received about my son, I would like to shed light on the fact we all got bad A kids. They can seem like I'm the only one on here who got bad A kids." It's clear that T.I. has tried to steer King in the right direction, but King seems intent on pushing the boundaries. Whether it's a stubborn need to prove himself, or a dangerous desire to play tough, or jumping to have a baby without confirming paternity. Honestly, King's reckless choices are catching up with him fast. T.I.'s warning wasn't just a father's frustration, it was a prediction of what happens to you when you refuse to listen. And from the looks of it, King is on a collision course with reality. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, be sure to hit like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos like this.